thinking today about how we can heal our lives from trauma. So many of us lived lives of quiet desperation when we were small. And what I mean by that is we were at the mercy of grown-ups that were less than healthy, and they behaved in ways that were damaging to us. And we grew up with a sense of warning and fear always before us. We were always afraid. And fear blocks love. So, how do we heal through those very things that damaged so much of our world early on? And the only thing I can tell you that is, after having survived some pretty horrific trauma in my own world, the only way to heal is to walk through it, and not alone. You have to find a trustworthy, loving, healthy source who can teach you about the very best parts of who you are. And what do I mean by that? That wounded child grows into a very resilient, tough adult. It doesn't always show on the surface. Sometimes it displays itself in addictive behaviors, anger, sadness, victim blaming, all sorts of various idiosyncrasies and personality, what seems to be flaws. And the only thing I can say in the midst of all of that is, as we sort, as we touch, as we work through the pain that we had no control over, the light comes on and begins to shine that glimmer of love and hope in that world that was once dark. So if you can use your imagination to picture a small child in a corner, head in hands, hiding, because outside of that little space is a lot of danger. That's what they refer to as the inner child, the damaged child, the child that survived horrific trauma in your life. So whether you were a witness to or an actual recipient of abuse, neglect, actual physical trauma, whether you witnessed an accident, whether you witnessed a death, whatever it is that created that piece of trauma that's carried in the psyche and the heart and the soul of that small child that's sitting in the corner with their head in their hands. Embracing that child, remembering that story, feeling that helplessness for a short time will build a strength that will carry you beyond it, not just to the other side, but as you walk through it, you learn an empathy that other people who haven't walked through that sort of thing would have. So that being said, if you can find the strength and the help and the love that you need to walk through that kind of pain, you can offer that to someone else. Until you do, that small child is going to find ways to reach out and ask for the help that they've been desperately seeking. So if you're a person who struggles with addiction, if you're a person who struggles with depression, with anxiety, with any kind of grief, trauma always holds grief. Grief doesn't always hold trauma, but trauma always holds grief. And you have to work through that trauma, through that grief, to be able to find healing and peace in your life. And so for today, I wish you the help that you need to get through that. I wish you love, I wish you empathy, and I wish you a brighter tomorrow.